Pe gutire dururu ya mundu aiyete wakape ne mwaigwa haha no wacindire gikombe kia bururi ne guthingatira indo cia muingi wake wa Juja. Hiyo ndio uongozi ambao tunatafuta katika taifa letu la Kenya. Uongozi wa amani, uongozi wa kunyenyekea, uongozi ya kuunganisha na uongozi wa kujitolea, servant leadership, for and on behalf of the people that you serve. Kwa hivyo yetu leo ni kusema Mungu amlaze ndugu yetu pahali pema. Mungu aendelee kulinda familia yake. Ninawajeli na ciana ciaku haria hothe mungiona muhatiriirio, mjue tuko na nyinyi na tutawasimamia na tutatembea pamoja na inyuĩ andu a Juja o uo ndamwĩra acio mothe magwetwo mamai mataito tuguka haha na nĩ tũkũmarĩkia na tũthiĩ na mbere nigetha bururi ũyũ witũ ikare uria wa Kape angĩrendire wĩikare. Ngai aromũrathima na amũige. Asanteni sana.
Tukiwa tumesimama hivyo, tunaingia katika sehemu ya pili, sehemu ya ibada ya misa. Tunaingia katika sehemu ya pili, ibada ya misa. Kwa niaba ya familia, Mheshimiwa Rais, Baba Paroko, ningewaomba kwa moyo mnyenyekevu tumheshimu vile Wakape alikuwa anapenda. Alikuwa na slogan moja tu, Juja for
Well, our reporter Joash Onsari is down there following up on this story. More details on our subsequent bulletins. May his soul rest in eternal peace. But away from it, the much-awaited COVID-19 vaccine is set to be in the country midnight tonight. The first batch of the vaccine is sent to land at JKIA midnight. Now, the government says it will make arrangements to take them to the central vaccine stores in Kitengela. And Zainab Mohammed, our health reporter, has been following up closely on this and now joins us. Zainab, what else do we know about this vaccine? Yes,
well,
right?
Linda, it's a big day for Kenya today in terms of COVID-19 pandemic, because this is the first step towards getting hope in order to end this pandemic. And definitely, like you said, the vaccine is expected tonight, 5 minutes past midnight. And the vaccine that is from India will arrive at JKI tonight at 12 midnight. We're expecting 1.25 million doses of the vaccine to arrive tonight. Well, apart from the amount of vaccine that is going to come today, there have been questions why AstraZeneca is the vaccine that will be brought in today. So according to the government, AstraZeneca was chosen as the vaccine to be brought in because, first of all, AstraZeneca requires 2 to 8 degrees Celsius in terms of temperature, and that is something that we already have here in the country. Number two, the vaccine also will require, it was also tested here at Kilifi Wellcome Trust, and therefore we will be able to have that. Also, the arrival, in terms of logistics, the vaccine will arrive at JKIA at 12 midnight, and then it will be placed at the cold chain storage at 2 to 8 degrees Celsius so that it can be cleared. Later on, the vaccine will be transported and distributed to 9 regional vaccine stores in Kakamega, Nyeri, Garissa, Meru, Mombasa, Nairobi, Kisumu, and Eldoret. After that, the vaccine will now be distributed to 9, will also be distributed to level 4 and level 5 and level 6 hospitals, whereby it will enable that to ensure that all the counties will have the vaccine. Apart from that, the vaccine also, the reason why AstraZeneca was also chosen is because the test was done here in Kenya, and it was found to be effective in terms of the variant that is dominant here in Kenya. Also, apart from that, there are selected hospitals, level 4, 5, and 6, that the government has chosen, whereby now the vaccine will be distributed to. Apart from that, the vaccine, we know that after it will be taken to Kitengela, there are counties that are nearby, that is Kajiado, Nairobi, and Kiambu. These counties will be expected to start the vaccination process right away, and that is end of this week. As for the others, they will take about 2 to 3 days for the transportation and distribution, and maybe they will start the vaccination next week. Apart from that, the vaccine. Apart from that, the vaccine that will be brought will be targeted to vaccinate about 1.25 million Kenyans. And in this category of Kenyans, we have, we have the essential workers, who in this category are teachers, health workers, security personnel, and all of that. And also, apart from that, we will also have the people with underlying conditions who will also be targeted in this particular phase. Apart from that, the vaccine, the AstraZeneca, apart from that, the AstraZeneca will also be distributed in 2 to 3 days with counties such as Nairobi, like I said. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Zainab,
Yeah.
Zainab, kindly allow me to ask a few questions here for the benefit of the person who's watching us this afternoon. You say, of course, this lands into the country. The biggest fear of every other common mwananchi today is on the aspect of corruption and how best we get these vaccines protected as they land into the country. Just how much has been done or has been put in terms of efforts to ensure that this does not play out?
Well, Linda, the government has put in systems to ensure that this will be able to be encountered in terms of the Ministry of ICT, in collaboration with the Ministry of Health, has created a digital platform called the Chanjo Kenya. The Chanjo Kenya will be a platform whereby, first of all, any person who wants to be vaccinated will be registered in that system. Apart from that, the vaccines will also be registered. So the government will be able to track the vaccine from the storage to the arm of the individual who will be vaccinated.
As if you read my mind, I wanted to ask who are the people who will be charged towards distributing this. But then again, if this is to be disseminated to the common mwananchi by any chance, you speak of about 1.2 vaccines that will be landing into the country. Are they going to part ways with any amounts of money so that they would get the vaccine or vaccinated?
That's a very good question, Linda. The vaccine has been, there are phases to the vaccine. There's phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. So the government says the first phase, which will target the essential workers, will be free of charge. Not that the vaccines will not cost the government anything. The government will pay for the vaccines, and therefore it will be free of charge to the people who are receiving it. But the government says for the second phase, that will target these other groups of Kenyans, there will be a charge. The government says this charge will counter the hospitals. You see, there are hospitals that, like private sectors, that will be given the opportunity to distribute the vaccine. So these hospitals are saying, we will need to some money for the storage of the vaccine. We'll need money for all that distribution process. So the government says they are still in talks, but Kenyans might be charged 200 shillings per dose when the second phase begins. But for the first phase, it's free.
Okay, well, briefly, before I let loose of you, I'm sure you must have come across this question, or I mean, maybe you've probably had people speak here and there. I mean, after you get the vaccine, if you're lucky enough to get, then do you drop the guard? Do you stop wearing your mask? Do you stop keeping a social distance? Do you enjoy life simply because you have gotten the vaccine?
Well, Linda, before I even answer that question, let me say that the vaccine will be given in 2 doses. The AstraZeneca vaccine is given in 2 doses. So the first dose you're given, and then the second dose will be after 8 weeks. And that is one of the things that is major in terms of this vaccine. Number
so
2,
you get tested first before you're given the vaccine?
Yes, yes. There are eligibility criteria. If you have COVID-19 in the past 4 months before receiving the vaccine, you will not be able to get the vaccine. Also, pregnant mothers, also children under the age of 18 years will not receive the vaccine. And if you have a high fever, you will not receive the vaccine. So there will be these criteria that will be looked at before you are given the vaccine. And remember that this vaccine is on a voluntary basis. Nobody will be coerced. Yeah. All
right. Caution after that, you have to keep caution?
Yes. On that note, there are so many uncertainties in terms of the vaccine. The scientists are yet to prove whether or not if you will be immune to the vaccine, if you will not be able to spread the vaccine should you get it. So caution needs to be placed, and even the containment measures will still remain even after Kenyans are vaccinated.
Thank you so much, Zainab, for the updates as we look forward to more coming your way. I mean, evidently there's so much that you need to learn or you need to know about this. Not to worry, because we got you covered. Zainab will be on ground to ensure that, you know, she will walk you through the journey of understanding what plays out, as we all hope that we'll get to that point where this indeed is going to be instrumental, a milestone as it has been termed, towards the fight against COVID-19. But as we drop that one, and governors say they will help in the distribution of the vaccine once it is in the country. Now, governors through their health committee were appearing before the National Assembly Health Committee this morning.
When it came to building of ICUs, you are the ones who took the blame. And the national government offloaded all the blame to county governments. When it came to conducting even public health and testing and all those protocols required, it was the governors who took the blame. When it came to procurement, KEMSA, it was the national government issuing tenders to strangers and fleecing the country, if the revelations in Public Investments Committee is anything to go by. And then today, when it comes to vaccination, which the public expects you to deliver, you are out of the picture. I hope this vaccine is not going to be another KEMSA scandal. And I'm glad that there's a global arrangement. I don't know whether we are going through COVAX, but I hope that there'll be no corruption on this, because when it wants to monopolize procurement, monopolize service delivery, you can always smell a rat.
So if it is necessary for us as leaders to take the vaccine so that the people can believe they are safe, I think after the consultations that our colleagues are talking about take place, indeed I will support a proposal that we start with the top leadership of the country, and Mutahi Kagwe should be among the very first people to be vaccinated, and his medical team, which appears on TV to talk about vaccines every day, and then we in governors should also be vaccinated, you senators, the members of parliament, and then the Wananchi will see this thing is safe. So for me, I would support.
Well, we'll now take a quick break. We'll be coming back with more news, so don't you go anywhere.
You are watching TV 47, the home of untold stories. Sona moja imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli ili kupambana na maumivu kwa haraka. Sona moja ina aspirin kama kiungo. Sona moja, kitulizo kamili. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
Unapata mtaa yenyewe tumetoka yenyewe, kuna uchafu, vipindupindu zimejaa kwa mtaa yetu yenye tunakaa.
39,000 newborns die every year due to preventable conditions.
Today, Lotto Foundation is at the Ruben Healthcare Center in Mukuru, kwa Ruben. We have partnered in a very important project which is known as the Total Care Box.
Wakati sikuwa na hii box, ndapata challenge juu shughuli zangu mingi zitasimama.
Hawa nimewalia na karatasi. Nilikuwa natandikia tu karatasi wanalia. Lakini wanaona sita kwa nini mattress yake tu nikimweka hapo ni hivyo analala.
Nikinunua hiyo Pampers daily ni expensive sana. Sasa hizo napkin na hizo liner zitanisaidia sana kwa mtoto.
Hii kutupatia hii Total Care Box umefanya mambo kwa mama imekuwa rahisi.
Mungu awabariki sana.
With that, I'll just say, Lotto Foundation will continue to change lives.
Together, we are changing lives. Thanks a million.
Afisa, nina criminal ameniibia kitu kwa nyumba.
Funga hii twende ofisa.
Fande bufungua hapa.
Simkule ka breakfast kidogo alafu twende.
Simshakula evidence.
Ati nini? Exhibit mumekula. Nicho ripiwa?
Sinijia alikuwa ameiba. Tumekula expert.
Selector. The difference is in the taste. At Trisent School of Medical Health, Science and Technology, we offer highly competitive courses tailor-made to suit your needs. These include certificate and diploma in theatre technology, medical engineering, nutrition and dietetics, radiography and sonography, science lab, health records, environmental health science, counseling psychology, applied biology, social work and community development, information and communication technology, among others. Register now at our Nairobi campus in Nairobi West around Nyayo National Stadium on 0700-129536. Our Juja campus next to Jomo Kenyatta University on 0700-000760. And our Kisumu campus opposite Swan Center, Oginga Odinga Street on 0703-201229. Trisent School of Medical Health, Science and Technology. You are watching TV 47, the home of untold stories.
Thank you so much for choosing to stay with us. We come with more news, including this one that comes all the way from Elgeyo Marakwet, that the County Assembly has shunned the referendum bill 2020, that is the BBI, even as already the document has received that clean bill of health, proceeding to the National Assembly, the Senate, for more debate, and later on to the President, and we get to know whether indeed we are headed for a referendum or not. We'll be giving you details of the same as and when they hit our editorial desk. But to more, a number of businesses in Nakuru town have been closed, with some forced to cut down on the number of employees. Business people are calling for incentives from the government to help cushion the situation. Sharon Baranga reports on the situation of business limping in Nakuru town.
Nakuru town in Nakuru County is known to be the home of some of the once giant retailers like Nakumatt and Tuskys that are slowly slipping into history books after they closed down over a number of issues, some of them internal. But the bad luck that befell the supermarkets seems to be creeping on a number of business establishments in the town. The once busy Kenyatta Avenue in Nakuru is now a shadow of its former self. Uchumi, Choppy's, formerly known as Ukwala Stores, and Java House are no more.
Kuna supermarket nyingi zimefungwa, na zisifungwe kwa sababu wenyewe hawataki kufanya biashara. Zinafungwa kwa sababu ya ukosefu wa biashara. Tukiangalia supermarket moja imeajiri watu wengi, vijana wengi, na huku tunaongea mambo ya kazi. Hiyo ni njia moja ya kuumiza vijana, na vijana wengi wanaumia katika town hii ama county hii kwa sababu ya ukosefu wa kazi. Kwa sababu kijana huyo alikuwa anapata lishe yake pale, amesimamishwa kazi, atapata wapi? na hii inafanya mpaka criminal activities zisiongezeke katika county hii, kwa sababu wale vijana watakula wapi?
Small businesses are also struggling.
Kama kwa mfano hapa kwangu nilikuwa nimeajiri watu 23. Ukiongeza watu ya kuosha na nini walikuwa wanafika 31. Kwa wakati huu niko na watu 6 peke yake. Wale wengine wako wapi? Ukihesabu kwa mahoteli zote katika kaunti hii, ikiwa walisimamisha wafanyikazi na wamerudisha wachache, watu wanaumia. Sisi wafanyabiashara hasa wa mahoteli tunaumia sana, kwa sababu tunalipa zaidi ya licenses 13. Ni mingi. Ni mingi. Kwa hivyo hizo licenses zote, na saa hiyo hatujahesabu income tax.
COVID-19 has also been blamed on the unfavorable business environment.
Tukienda kwa matumizi, hatujaguza maji, hatujaguza stima, sasa hatujaenda kwa wafanyikazi. You can imagine, huyo ni mtu mmoja ambaye ako na biashara moja. Kwa hakika tunaenda wapi? Doing business in Kenya ni kazi ngumu sana compared na neighboring countries. Kwa hivyo watu waangalie, na hii ndio unaona inawezekanaje petroli Kenya inapita port yetu ya Mombasa, tuko na refinery, lakini unakuta ya kwamba mafuta Uganda ni bei rahisi kuliko Kenya.
Business people are calling for more incentives to help cushion the situation.
Wakati huu ni wa kujaribu kuinua kama zile sekta zinazouza chakula. Kwa mfano supermarket nyingi sana zinaajiri vijana wenye umri kati ya miaka 40 kurudi chini. So ni majukumu ya serikali kuweza kuweka waiver kwa wale wote wako na supermarket, regardless za kunaweza kuwa kumetokea mitafaruku ya kifamilia katika usimamizi wa zile supermarket, ama kuna ile athari ya COVID-19.
The county's residents say there is need for a quick intervention from the 2 levels of government to salvage the limping business sector. Sharon Baranga, TV47.
Thank you, Sharon, for that. Now, fear has engulfed Rathia village in Kangema after an 8-year-old girl was found murdered. The girl, who disappeared from home last evening, was found with her body parts missing, as a 34-year-old suspect is being held at Kangema police station for the same.
Na maajabu kwa sababu mtoto alipotea, na baada ya kupotea tukaamuka sisi zote wanakijiji tukatafuta mtoto, na wakati tukiendelea kumutafuta tukapata nguo zake zikiwa zimetupwa mahali. Wakati tulifuatilia hizo nguo tuliona socks moja na socks ingine tukaipata kwa ile mtu tulisuspect, na tukaenda polisi tukachukua hiyo mtu tukampeleka polisi.
Saa ile duru ilipigwa huko Rathia, tukakuta mtoto amelala hapa kwa majani, ametolewa nguo na amekatakatwa sehemu za siri, na akakatwa hapa kwa nyondo, hapa kwa matiti.
Quite disturbing there. Well, residents of Mudhure village in Kabete constituency, Kiambu County, are in shock after a mugumo tree, which is the Kikuyu, or in the Kikuyu culture is considered holy, fell down. Now the residents now want the Kikuyu elders to prepare for a ritual ceremony to seek and unfold the happenings.
A loud bang in the middle of the night caused tension and anxiety among residents of Mudhure village in Kiambu County. A mugumo tree that existed for over 100 years came tumbling down few days after a ritual ceremony was conducted under the tree, whose leaves had begun to wither.
Tulikuwa tumeketi kwa chumba nyumbani pale na bibi yangu na mke wangu na sister. Halafu tukasikia ni kama sauti keke inatoka kwa hii mti. Sasa tukachungulia kwa dirisha. Ndio sasa ikagonga chini ikagonga chini na ikatoa mlio, sauti mkubwa sana.
The mighty fall of the Mugumo tree sending jitters among residents, as it is considered a taboo in the Kikuyu culture when the tree falls. Many believe the falling of a Mugumo tree is an indication of an end of an era.
Sio jambo la kawaida. Na sio mti ile ya kawaida tu unaweza kwenda kukata miti ama ukiingia hapa kwa kichaka unaweza kukuta kuna mti imeanguka, lakini si jambo la kawaida. Hii ni jambo la kuchukuliwa na maana sana sababu iko na sababu yake.
And so what surprised us is that when it fell down, it appeared like it had fallen about a month or two ago. It looks like it's dry. It cracked into the various pieces that you can see, and yet nobody touched it.
The residents are now calling on the Kikuyu elders to prepare for a ritual ceremony to interpret what the falling means, as well as find a possible solution to counteract destruction. Andrin Kilemi, TV 47.
The Kenya Bureau of Standards, KEBS, has approved 10 new standards, among others, outlining a permissible limit for noise emitted from stationary objects in a given environment. The new standards, which cover equipment such as air-moving devices, are set to specify procedures for testing for optimal